welcome back to the Bored Whovian YouTube channel. I'm not filming myself again purely because my phone's really run out of storage, and I'm not gonna lie, I've got not as good a setup at the moment because I've left uni and I'm back at home for Easter holidays. So yeah, this is just gonna be an audio one. But I'm starting something new. I'm doing a preview video for a change. I haven't done any of these for any episodes before, so this will be a first time out for me. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so as you can see on the Doctor Who website, I've heard they've updated it today, so there's like new photos and stuff of characters and all sorts. But yeah, I'm on the episode here. What I like is that it's separated it, so it says specials episode 2. So it's they're doing something basically in the same vein of what happened at the end of Tennant's run. But yeah, you got a nice little shot of Madam Ching. I'm pretty sure this photo we were given on New Year's Day. This is one of the first things we saw of the episode, so nothing new here. Obviously written by Ella Road and Chris Chibnall. Her first kind of jump into the Doctor Who universe. Maybe she'll come back and maybe write with Russell Davies, who knows. But yeah, we know it's coming out next Sunday on the 17th, so that should be good. But anyway, here's the rough description. In a swashbuckling special adventure, the Doctor, Yaz and Dan come face to Finn with one of the Doctor's oldest adversaries, the Sea Devils. Why has the legendary pirate queen, Madam Ching, come searching for a lost treasure? What terrifying forces lurk beneath the oceans of the 19th century? And did Yaz really have to dress up Dan as a pirate? Who knows? Did she? God, I have no clue. Okay, so yeah, they've released some new photos. You got a photo here, Dan, just looking like Dan pretty much. A nice little promo photo of him being a bit clumsy on the ropes and all that. You get a really nice shot here of the TARDIS. I really like lighting. I don't know if you can see the cursor here, but I really like the lighting forwarding onto the TARDIS. I really like how the blue light shines in the background. I really like this TARDIS exterior, and I don't know if it's going to change. If we keep it, I really wouldn't mind it for Russell Davies era, but I'm not convinced we would. I don't know. That's a really good shot of the Sea Devil there, and really I just like it kind of in a dusk setting, I guess. Yeah, I'm so excited to have them back. I'm so excited to have them back. This shot. Now, here's what I'm going to say about this. I don't know if you can tell, but there is a member of the crew in the background. And when I say crew, not a member of the crew of the ship, a member of the crew, probably working on the show. If you look in the background, you can kind of tell there is someone. I think from what I can tell, it's a girl or someone, but I can definitely tell they're wearing a mask. They are definitely wearing a mask. And I think I can see long hair and wearing a mask. But, it's just a bit funny to look at. Yeah, another promo shot. A really good shot here of Jodie, which is really cool to see. Interesting shot here of Yaz. She's probably facing a Sea Devil here. And yeah, a really cool shot here of Dan. That's an interesting shot where Madam Ching's got this guy with a sword to his throat. But there's one interesting thing which I'm going to cut to here. Okay, so I don't think many people would have seen this, but someone on Twitter, I'm going to put the full tweet here just to give them credit because I haven't seen it, but apparently a different cut of the trailer was shown on Apple TV. It's pretty much the exact same trailer, but I think at the start in the trailer I've seen at least, it goes to black briefly, and when it goes to black on the Apple TV trailer, it doesn't go to black, it cuts to a statue of the Sea Devils. And I don't know what people think of this. It's a statue of a Sea Devil kind of holding a human. Now I've got a theory here, and this goes down to the fact that they're all dressed up for this episode, and usually the Doctor and co aren't. Usually they don't know where the hell they're travelling to, and I would suggest they know they're travelling to this period in China because they've seen or heard of this statue. The Doctor's gone, that's the Sea Devil, and they've decided to go back in time and find out what the hell happened. That's my little theory. I feel like the statue is going to be the end of the cold open, which will lead into the titles. That's my idea, and I do want a cold open. I don't want it to just go straight to the titles at the start of the episode, because that happens a lot in this era, and I love it. I love the sting going into the titles. I really love Doctor and the music surrounding it. Now, I think it's time to move on from the photos, and I'm actually going to talk about the m1ck. Now, if you've seen my last video on Legends of the Sea Devils, it was a trailer reaction, and it was my last video, actually, which I did just over a week and a half ago, or just about a week and a half ago, I guess. And yeah, we saw this scaly creature coming out of the sea, and while after the trailer came out, people noticed a quick shot of something in the sea, which is a massive head trying to eat the TARDIS. I think it's safe to assume both these shots, are the same creature, but the question is this creature the m1ck? Because obviously this is a Sea Devil episode, big sea creature, is it the m1ck? And as I explained in the trailer reaction, the m1ck is a sea creature, giant kind of monster, which was used in Warriors of the Deep, and it wasn't really fully realised. It had a lot of problems. The people who were kind of operating it and were supposed to be working in it didn't have any time to practice. They were just kind of chucked onto the set, just like cuts and everything, and all sorts of 80s constraints, I guess. And yeah, it really didn't look good. It was kind of like a pantomime horse with scales and gills, so yeah, did not go well. I'm really up for it if this is it and they can fully realise it. I'm so ready for that. And I kind of want it to be. I do kind of want it to be the m1ck. That would be really funny. Looking back, and I think it's been long enough since it happened. I think at the time people were so kind of upset with how bad it looked. I think it's been so long now, people can kind of look back and laugh and be like, oh, okay, bring it back. Moving on, I'm going to talk about something else, which is more talked about, more important to a lot of fans, and that is Thasmin. Obviously, in the last episode, we saw that, it's kind of official that Yaz has feelings for the Doctor. It's suggested that the Doctor may have some feelings in the other direction, but it's not as clear-cut as Yaz. The Doctor, very much true to her character in this run, keeping her cards close to her chest. It's gonna, be interesting to see what the Doctor has to say in this episode. I personally would prefer it to be an unrequited love, purely because I just don't feel want the Doctor to have feelings for other people, as I feel it. I don't know. It just feels wrong to me. I prefer. I kind of view the Doctor as an asexual character. But if they're going to go down that road, they're going to go down that road, aren't they? I can't stop them. I mean, it's a weird time to do it. If it adds stakes for the final episode, then I guess it's worth it. And that kind of adds a bit of drama to it, but it'll be interesting to see how they work it into this episode, considering it's actually quite a short episode. I was expecting an hour long episode because it's a special, but it's actually one of Jodie's shorter ones. It's 47 minutes. It's pretty bog standard for her era, which is a bit disappointing, and I really wonder how Thasmin's going to get a fair share in that cut, because I saw someone mention on Twitter recently, and I don't know who it was, but that all the kind of BBC press people are kind of bigging up, Yasmin and the Doctor's relationship, and how this is gonna, be really good and all this stuff. And then the actual writer Ella Road, who's been known for doing really pro-LGBT stuff in her writing, hasn't picked it up and said, well, there's not that much of it in it. So I don't know what to expect here. I'm not going to overly expect too much. It's definitely going to be mentioned. But, it's kind of leaving a lot to the Centenary. However, the Centenary is going to be about half an hour longer, I think. It's probably going to be about 75 minutes, I'd assume, because we know it's feature length. So that should be interesting in that story. But, yeah, Yasmin, Doctor, not too keen on it. But if it happens, it happens. Dan is Dan. Nothing to really talk about with Dan. But, yeah, what do I think of the actual story? What's my last minute prediction? Now, hear me out, okay? There's one photo they released, and it really looks like the main console of a TARDIS inside of a pirate ship, and I can't help but think that the Master's going to show up in this. I just have a feeling like the cliffhanger is going to be the Master. The Master's for some reason going to be behind it all, and it's going to have a cliffhanger which will lead into the Centenary, and that would be amazing. I'd love it to lead straight into the centenary. Maybe the Doctor's already, maybe the injury or whatever causes the Doctor to regenerate happens in this story, and they're holding it back for the whole of the next, and she's holding it back for the next episode, which is kind of what happened with Capaldi. It wasn't supposed to, but because Twice Upon a Time wasn't meant to happen. But in this situation, I guess so. But I don't know. It'd be really interesting to see what happens. Actually, Choice, it kind of was meant to happen, as the centenary wasn't originally planned. It was commissioned by the BBC, and you know they told everyone at Doctor Who, you need to make a centenary special, and I think that means the original plan was a regeneration in this story. So, it'll be interesting to see if that happens. But yeah, I really think the Master might come back. I really do. They're definitely going to come back for the centenary. There's no way they're not going to bring back Sasha Dewan for the centenary. But I feel like this might lead into it. I feel like this story might end up in a cliffhanger leading into it. Like, I feel like the episode's going to be a lot of fun. Then last 10 minutes might just be like, okay, the tone's changing. Boom, Master. And yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy this one. I'll be honest, I think I'm going to enjoy this one. I'm just ready to enjoy it, have fun. And, you know, I'm someone who enjoys Planet of the Dead. So, yeah, I'm one of those fans. So I expect, you know, just to enjoy it. I don't know what you're thinking, but for me, this will be a 6-7 out of 10. I'm happy. So, yeah, what do you think of all the stuff? Do you think Thasmin's going to properly happen? Do you think it will be done justice? Or do you think a lot of the LGBTQ aspects of the fandom are going to be left disappointed? On their behalf, I really hope not, because they're really enthusiastic about it. And I heard recently, I don't watch Killing Eve, but I heard that, you know, the fans of the show were really let down on kind of the aspects of the relationships between the main characters not kind of, you know, being followed through in the way they kind of wanted, and that sounds disappointing. And if that kind of happens in this show, you know, I'd hate to see the reaction on Twitter from fans, and hopefully on their behalf, you know, things go well. And it's nice to see what, you know, representation does to certain people. I can't speak about it because naturally, you know, I'm fairly represented as it is. But yeah, that's enough on that matter. Anyway, I've been the Bored Whovian. Please, can you like the video if you enjoyed it? Subscribe for more content. Obviously, I'm going to be doing a review on the weekend for the episode. Ding the bell for notifications. And yeah, I can't think of anything else to say. I've got an Instagram and a TikTok. The Instagram is at @the_bored_Whovian. The TikTok is at @the_bored_Whovian1. Very different. That's all. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you around.